Hello, my enthusiasts. Welcome back to a brand new week. So that means a brand new Nintendo news segment. I know I missed last week. I was busy with other things and, of course, launching Pokemon X League of Darkness playthrough series, which, by the way, if you haven't checked it out, it is on the channel, and the first 5 episodes, or maybe 4 by the time this video comes out, are already up and loaded, so we are playing through that game. However, this Nintendo news segment is going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to read the news to you. I'm just going to kind of paraphrase on what the articles are talking about, and we'll just go from there. It will make the videos a bit shorter, and it's not just me reading articles to you. Unless there's important quotes or whatnot in the articles, then that's a different story. So with all that being said, let's jump into the first story, which is Nintendo cancels 2 Netflix shows due to Netflix leaking these shows. It was a Legend of Zelda and a Star Fox show. The cool thing about the Star Fox show, it looked like it was going to be, what is it? Not clay animation, but like kind of like a puppeteer type of thing. Not like Gromit and Wallace, but like think of, what is it? That one Fox movie that's escaping my name. It's just, it was going to be one of those shows, which, and honestly, I think that would have been really cool for that to be a reality. I think Star Fox can survive and strive as a TV show like that. Legend of Zelda, I don't know why people have always wanted one. I kind of don't, but I wonder if it would have been animated or real life. However, in real life TV show, I feel like you would have to have voice dialogue unless you do it some type of creative / artsy way, and Link doesn't talk, so I don't know how those, especially that show, would have turned out. But it does kind of suck that just because Netflix leaked it, Nintendo was just like, nah, we're gonna pull the plug on it. Could you imagine if any other Nintendo product got leaked and Nintendo was like, nah, we're not gonna release it? Because, you know, Nintendo is really, especially now, they are really super strict on leakers, like going after leakers who leaked Pokemon Sword and Shield, because it, of course, and speaking of business sense, it hurts Nintendo's bottom line. So I just feel like it's really interesting, especially with a popular streaming platform like Netflix. Nintendo was just like, nah, let's pull it, because they are partnered with Disney on Disney Channel. I believe that's where the Pokemon cartoon airs. I know that Pokemon Journey airs on Netflix as well, but I think also on Disney XD, but do not quote me on that. But hey, you know what? Kind of sucks for starting out with a disappointing story for this news segment. Hey, and some good news. Nintendo is replacing its multiplayer server system dating back to the Wii U and 3DS era. Thank gosh, because with a lot of Nintendo games, especially now, like Smash Brothers, the source code is atrocious. Even Pokemon, the frame rate drops when you hit up online. It's ridiculous, especially games like Smash Brothers. It has to have good netcode, because I've played plenty of matches online that even if it gets disconnected, it's somehow my fault, and then I can't play online for a couple of minutes to even a couple of hours to even days or weeks. That the later part hasn't happened, but I've seen it happen to other people when the netcode is not our fault. It's more of Nintendo's fault. The cool thing is, the recent Monster Hunter Rise demo was the first game to make use of NPLN, and it was apparently a great way to test out how it worked under pressure, and I thought it worked pretty good. Now, if you don't know what NPLN is, this comes from Oatmeal Dome. All these news stories comes from NintendoLife.com, of course. Switch Online. Nintendo is replacing its multiplayer server system, NEX, used in most, if not all, of the online games since 3DS/Wii U, with a new system called NPLN. The Monster Hunter Rise demo was the first game to use this in public. I'm just glad that Nintendo is finally getting more and better multiplayer servers, because, yeah, as we all know, I felt like with the Wii U, the multiplayer servers, especially for Smash for Wii U, I thought was pretty good. Even Mario Maker was good. Mario Maker 2 on the Switch, however, is not good. So I just feel like Nintendo need to probably get with the times, and maybe, I don't know how Sony and Microsoft does this, but with each console generation, get a better multiplayer server. Come on, Nintendo. It's time to get with the times. Probably the biggest story out of this Nintendo news segment for this week is the Switch finally outsells the 3DS. And the cool part is the Switch is now just entering its midway point of its life. It's not even in the midway point of its life cycle. It's almost there. So that's the cool part, is that it has plenty of time to catch up to the Wii. However, here are the numbers. The Switch has now outsold the 3DS at 79.87 million consoles sold. The 3DS, which has a record of 75.94 million. So yes, the Switch has finally outsold the 3DS. And of course, it's outsold the Wii U and now the 3DS and all the other systems under it besides the DS and the Wii. Like I said before, I could probably have enough time to catch up to the Wii since it is now about to enter halfway of its life cycle. But that wasn't the only thing that was announced as well with this Nintendo financial report. It has been announced that Animal Crossing is the second highest Nintendo Switch game being sold. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is still in first place. However, let's talk about the earnings report through April to December of 2020. As you see in this chart, Animal Crossing New Horizons has sold 19 million units. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has sold over 8 million units. Super Mario 3D All-Stars has sold 8 million units, and that disappoints me because that is a timed exclusive release. I have to remind people, March 31st, both Super Mario 35 and Super Mario 3D All-Stars will be gone. Of course, off the eShop, so Super Mario 35 is done. However, I don't know how quickly stores will react. I'm assuming they're going to have to react quickly because Nintendo can just press charges on them. But you only have until March 31st to get this game. This disappoints me because so many people have bought it, and I'm one of those people who have as well, so I'm also part of the problem. I don't like the whole timed exclusive because it is a celebration, which makes 0 sense because it's not even a whole year that the game is released in. Like, it's not from September 2020 to September 2021. It's from September 2020 to March 2021. That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. It's like Mario's birthday is only going to be celebrated for 7 to 8 months. That doesn't make any sense. Ring Fit Adventure, by the way, is right underneath. It's surprising to me that it's kind of sold lower. I thought it'd be a lot higher with everyone being in quarantine. However, I think it's because Nintendo cannot keep up with the demand of that game. And of course, with Ring Fit Adventure, you have to buy the strap for your leg and then the power band with it. It's a really, really cool game and cool piece of technology. And then other games like Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, they keep selling more and more. Not a big surprise. The thing that really surprises me are Paper Mario the Origami King has sold over 3 million units. I still need to beat that game. I'm not really the biggest fan of it for what I've played. Hopefully that'll change as I play more. And if you go lower on the list, Pikmin 3 Deluxe has sold almost 2 million units. That means it is the highest selling Pikmin game of all time. Does that mean we're going to get Pikmin 4? Hopefully. But I don't think we're going to get it anytime soon. Maybe if it hits 3, 4, 5 million in its lifetime, we can probably get a Pikmin 4. But the chances of that happening are so kind of low. If you've not picked up Pikmin 3 Deluxe, I have a playthrough series on my channel. I am currently working on an in-depth review of Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Please buy Pikmin 3 Deluxe. I also have Pikmin 1 playthrough series and Pikmin 1 in-depth review on my channel. I would hope you guys can all check it out. But please buy Pikmin 3 Deluxe. It's a weird game, but it's like Nintendo weird. It's like a magical type of game. Also, surprisingly, is Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics has sold more than Pikmin 3 Deluxe at 2.6 million. Really, really happy because that game's a lot of fun. I like to play it from time to time, and I'm a huge fan of checkers and chess, so what can I say? And then the last thing that I should also mention is Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield are now at over 20 million lifetime sales. This is disappointing for a couple of reasons. One, it is now one of the highest Pokemon mainline games ever by units sold, and that's disappointing because Gen 4 remakes are right around the corner, or they could be right around the corner. And if Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield are, the way that they were, cause a lot of controversy, and a lot of people are backing away from Pokemon because of these two games. Also because a little bit of Pokemon Go, but mostly because of these two games. What does this tell you about Game Freak and the Pokemon Company and the data that they have? They're probably looking at this data and thinking, oh, we don't really need to try. We can kind of release something that's not as completed as past mainline Pokemon games. So why try? They're gonna sell like hotcakes because this data shows it. So why even try? So that's disappointing, and I hope they look at this data and think, man, we can actually try and make something really, really good, and then it will sell even more, and probably even more than the originals, because the Switch is, of course, a money-making machine, and if Game Freak and the Pokemon Company and Nintendo, of course, can put in some resources and make the Gen 4 remakes just amazingly, like, graphically, great story, new things to add, things that people loved, maybe, just maybe, they could be making more money and make more sales compared to even the original Pokemon games. However, that's a far-stretched dream of mine and even a goal probably of theirs. They'll probably never happen. But yes, the financial reports is Nintendo is making money. The Switch is a huge success, and the funny thing is they're going to need another big game like Animal Crossing to sell Switch units. Now, with all due respect, I don't think it's going to be Breath of the Wild 2 or Legend of Zelda compilation, Pikmin 4, a new Wario game, a new Kirby game. I don't know what it could be. It could be Mario Kart 9, but I don't think we're going to see that anytime soon. I do think it's just going to be, the sales are going to stop, or not stop completely, but stop going up, up, and up as fast as it's going right now. It's going to kind of falter a little bit. But I don't know, I could be wrong. It could be Gen 4 remakes that could be making Nintendo even more money by Switch unit sales. But yet again, what I just said kind of maybe the truth. Our next story is there will be no Switch Pro, at least for this year. This is not surprising because Nintendo wants you to all focus on getting the Nintendo Switch SKUs of Monster Hunter Rise and Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Which, by the way, both of those Switches look really, really cool. I'm not getting any of them because I already have a Switch and I don't really care that much for the design on the dock. I could just buy stickers for my dock and go from there, and then probably just buy the Joy-Cons that come with the two SKUs on Amazon for a bit more expensive price. However, this isn't that surprising because the Switch, like I just said earlier, is now about to enter its midway point of its life cycle. So why would Nintendo want to throw another type of more powerful system when the Switch is still selling? It's like the Eurogamer interview with Doug Bowser. They asked him this question and he just said pretty much the exact same thing I just said. Why release a brand new and a bit more powerful system when the Switch is already selling? To me, it's like if the Switch sales start to falter, like I said earlier as well in this Nintendo news segment for this week, then maybe they could be like, hey, you know what, let's release the Switch Pro and get those sales a bit up higher. It just depends how powerful the Switch Pro would be. But no Switch Pro for this year, which I'll be honest, I'm kind of relieved because I just got a PS5 and I was thinking, do I really want a Switch Pro? Because the Switch Pro would probably just be like Xbox Series X or PS5 Pro. It will still play the exact same games, but it's just better resolution and slightly better frame rate. Other than that, there's no reason to release a Nintendo Switch Pro. And some random but cool Nintendo news, someone on Etsy is selling Pikmin flower vases. Of course, the designs are of Pikmin themselves, because if you've ever played Pikmin, once they suck up enough nectar, or they're in the ground for a long time, for majority of that said day in the Pikmin world, they get flowers on their head. That means they're really powerful and they're at their top form. So someone made flower vases for them, and I think they're really cool. However, they're sold out. So I came to the party a little bit too late, and I have one person to blame for that, and that is Arlo. No, just kidding. They look really, really cool and really well made. I wonder. Yeah, their handmade materials are poly smooth filament PLA. Wow, yeah, this is really awesome. I wonder how much they were. They're like really, yeah, they're really high quality and well made. Jeez, oh my gosh. I kind of want the blue one, of course, but the rock Pikmin looks awesome as well. Yeah, I wonder if you can get like them all together for like a bundle price, but I don't know. It would be a while for them to come back into stock, but I thought that was really cool, especially something that's really well made and it's actually handmade, so I respect. And of course, it cannot be a new Nintendo news segment without talking about the possibility of Generation 4 rumors. This comes from Screen Rant that some Generation 4 merchandise may have been leaked in the form of notebooks. So as you can see here with this image, you have Pokemon like Pikachu and Raichu, Riolu Lucario, Galarian Ponyta, Galarian Rapidash, Scorbunny Chimchar, Sobble Piplup, Grookey Turtwig, Mimikyu Gengar, Munchlax, Wooloo. The list goes on and on and on. Sylveon with Glaceon, Leafeon. You kind of notice that there are Gen 8 Pokemon with Gen 4 Pokemon, and then of course the mascots, and I'm even surprised Raichu's even shown. I honestly thought the Pokemon Company was like, Raichu doesn't exist. And then the last Gen 4 remake rumors are the names. I guess they could be called Pokemon Eternal Diamond and Infinite Pearl. These could be the names that may have gotten leaked of the new Gen 4 remakes that are coming to the Nintendo Switch this year. I don't know, I actually like those names. I just, Eternal Diamond and Infinite Pearl. Maybe I don't know. I think of course they're taking the route with the Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. Even though I think Alpha Ruby Omega Sapphire sounds better, that's just me personally. But yeah, I just feel like because they can't be like Pokemon Diamond and Pokemon Pearl remakes. That is boring. It's like Final Fantasy VII Remake. I love that game. That title is really dumb. Just throwing it out there. But this was this week's news segment of Nintendo News. What do you guys think of this new format? Do you guys like it? Do you guys hate it? Let me know down in the comments below, along with current news going on now, or even the news that we talked about. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, smash that bell, like this video, all that type of good stuff. And until then, Nintendo fans and Poke fans, watch Pokemon X League of Darkness playthrough series, and have a good day.